This is not a drill. What you're about to see could change everything you thought you knew about Elon Musk, Hakeem Jeffries, and Donald Trump. A secret deal, one tech billionaire, one Democratic leader, and a betrayal so bold it left Trump with no choice but to go public. Guys, we're talking about masked ICE agents being compared to neo-Nazis, Tesla vehicles vandalized at the White House, and Elon Musk firing off Epstein accusations in the middle of a government contract meltdown. But the truth, the real truth, it runs a lot deeper than a Twitter feud or a few angry sound bites on Fox News, because President Trump just exposed a back-channel alliance between two of the most powerful men in America, Hakeem Jeffries and Elon Musk. And what they've been doing behind closed doors is going to leave you stunned. ICE agents are under attack, guys. Trump loyalists are being forced to choose, and the future of America's tech and border security is hanging by a thread, all while the media looks the other way. Now, stick with me, because in just a minute, you're going to hear the exact quote that Trump says proves this secret alliance. Plus, we've actually uncovered the footage of Elon Musk threatening to pull the plug on U.S. space operations unless he gets what he wants. It's betrayal, it's bold, and it's all caught on camera. But first, let's go ahead and break it down piece by piece, because Trump is not done blowing this thing wide open. All right, guys. Oh, by the way, if you appreciate the daily news updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So let's start with what no one is talking about, but everybody should be asking. Why are Hakeem Jeffries and Elon Musk all of a sudden aligned on the same exact battlefront? One's the House Minority Leader, the other one is the richest man on earth. And yet somehow they're both coming after the same target, Trump's America First agenda. Now, I think on the surface, they look like opposites, right? Pretty opposite, but under the hood, they're all starting to make sense. Hakeem Jeffries has been relentlessly attacking ICE agents, calling for them to be unmasked, even while violent assaults against them are up 413%. Meanwhile, Elon Musk owns X, the platform where that doxing and harassment is playing out in real time. Coincidence? I don't think so. I mean, you got Hakeem Jeffries using political pressure to strip federal agents of their safety, and Elon Musk providing the digital battleground and battlefield to do it. One controls Washington, the other one controls the algorithm. And together, they've got the power to destabilize everything that Trump's trying to fix. But that's not all, because Trump just made a move that proves this wasn't just political backstabbing. It was personal. Remember that bright red Tesla that was parked near the West Wing? It was brought by Trump himself. Back when he still believed in Elon's vision, of course. Well, that was really a symbol. It was essentially an olive branch, a message to the world that the president of the United States believed in American innovation. But now that Tesla is either being sold or given away. Trump is done. And the reason he's cutting ties? He believes he got played. He boosted Elon Musk's business, protected his government contracts, and got stabbed in the back the moment it mattered the most. That red Tesla, it's not a car anymore. It's a warning. If you betray this movement, you're out. And I think that that's just the beginning, because what Jeffries said next about ICE agents is going to make your blood boil. And what Elon posted online may have just guaranteed that Trump will go nuclear. So here's where it starts being speculation and it becomes undeniable, because Hakeem Jeffries didn't just hint at targeting ICE agents. He flat out threatened them. Every single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and trying to hide their identity from the American people will be identified, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes. That's not oversight. That is a threat. Yes? Right? A direct challenge to the men and women on the front lines of border enforcement. He wasn't talking about some rogue agents. He wasn't talking about some estranged random vigilantes. He was talking about all of them. And here's the kicker, guys. He said it on national TV with a smirk. Now, you might expect a free speech advocate like Elon Musk to jump in and defend these agents, right? Not a word, not a tweet, radio silence. And that silence speaks volumes, because while Hakeem escalated, Musk stood by watching ICE agents get doxxed on his platform, X, and did nothing. Let that sink in. ICE agents are being hunted online, their families are getting death threats, and the man who claims to fight for free speech is hosting the war against them. But just when you thought it couldn't get any more insane, Elon Musk detonates an online bomb. On his own platform, Elon posted, "Time to drop the bomb." He said Donald Trump is in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Have a nice day. That's not politics, guys. That's nuclear, right? This wasn't some anonymous troll. It was the owner of SpaceX, the owner of Tesla, and the largest social media platform in the world, X, formerly known as Twitter, publicly accusing a former US president of being linked to Epstein. And Trump, he didn't take it lying down. He fired back instantly, calling Musk ungrateful, untrustworthy, and flat out dangerous to the America First mission. And then came the hammer drop. Trump offered up the deal of canceling. He offered up the idea of canceling Elon Musk's federal contracts altogether. NASA, SpaceX, Tesla subsidies gone. Just like that. You want to talk about betrayal? This wasn't a disagreement. This was a declaration of war. And you better believe this feud has only just begun, because I'm about to show you just how Trump has taken direct action, not just against Elon, but against the agenda he believes Hakeem and Musk are secretly aligned to push. And wait until you hear what Elon Musk's threatened to do with America's space program. Guys, if Medicare has been a nightmare for you or someone you love, you're not alone. Paulette Diener, she shared, "Chapter helped fix my son's Medicare after a year of frustration. What a blessing." Sharon Bertusik, she was dropped from Medicaid, but Chapter found her a brand new plan with $0 premiums, zero meds, and copays reduced from $89 to just $20. Guys, this is why people keep saying Chapter is a game changer. Give our friends over at Chapter a call and see how much money you can save. Their number is 909-563-8279, or visit them at askchapter.org/Ron. Link in the description down below. Real people, real help, real results. So let's be crystal clear here. Trump isn't just angry at Elon Musk. He's exposing the entire game. After years of propping up Musk's empire with tax breaks, federal contracts, and political cover, Trump finally said what many on the inside had only whispered: "I helped Elon a lot. And now, I don't know if we'll have a relationship anymore." That wasn't a passive remark. That was a signal, a green light, if you will. Trump's done playing nice, and the gloves are officially off. His first move? Threaten to cancel every federal contract Musk is currently benefiting from. I mean, we're talking about billions of dollars in SpaceX funding, massive Tesla subsidies for electric vehicle development, even NASA partnerships, all of it on the chopping block. Here's Trump's message, and I think it was pretty simple. If you turn on the movement that made you rich, you lose the benefits of our trust. And just when you thought Musk couldn't be rattled, he flinched. In a now viral post, Elon sarcastically declared that he would immediately decommission the Dragon spacecraft in response to Trump's move. Now, he essentially threatened to pull America's space program right out of orbit. Think about that, guys. The head of a private company, angry at the president, saying he might pull the plug on critical national infrastructure just because he's not getting what he wants anymore. Folks, this is not just about Tesla or tweets anymore. This is about how fragile our national security becomes when a few billionaires think that they're bigger than the presidency. But that threat, it backfired fast, because once Trump exposed it, Americans started asking the right question. Finally, why is a guy who's threatening to shut down our space program still getting billions in taxpayer money? And that's where the story turns. Now, I'm going to show you how this power struggle has divided the Republican Party and which big names are siding with Trump and which ones are staying strangely silent. Guys, you're not going to want to miss what Peter Doocy just revealed from the West Wing, how J.D. Vance, Ted Cruz, and even Don Jr. are reacting behind the scenes. You ever sit down after work and say to yourself, look, I'm finally going to figure something out. But 3 hours later, you're maybe 4 episodes deep into a show that you didn't even really like? Yeah, I've been there too. This is exactly why I built Liberty Pursuit Network, guys, because you don't need another productivity hack. You need a real system that helps you escape the cycle and actually take back control. So before you start another episode, click the link in the pinned comment down below or in the description and join us over in the Liberty Pursuit Network today and build that online business that you've always dreamed of and free yourself from the 9-to-5 grind. So now that President Trump has exposed the secret deal. Now that Elon Musk has gone from ally to adversary, and now that the space program is on the chopping block, you would think the Republican Party would start scrambling, right? Well, not exactly. Because just as the dust starts to settle, we're seeing exactly who's standing where. Guys, let's start with the big, beautiful bill, shall we? Trump's massive legislation aimed at slashing taxes, expanding border enforcement, and cutting government waste, right? Elon Musk, he publicly came out against it. He wants it shrunk or killed entirely. Why? Because certain parts of the bill might roll back the very subsidies he benefits from. But Trump, he's full steam ahead, calling this economic reset America needs. And here's the key here. When push came to shove, Republican lawmakers, they were forced to pick a side. Elon Musk's money or Donald Trump's movement. And guess what? Almost all of them, they're sticking with Trump. Even longtime Musk allies, people like J.D. Vance and Ted Cruz, they have gone quiet or are now publicly reaffirming their loyalty to Trump. Fox News, they're airing segment after segment, framing this as a businessman gone rogue. Guys, this businessman has clearly gone rogue, and Trump is the protector of the people, is how Fox News is framing this. Peter Doocy, he was the first to break the inside scoop, revealing that aides very close to Trump said Elon was wearing thin on the president weeks ago. Then, of course, came the commentary blitz. Carolyn Levitt, she said flat out, Elon can speak for his companies as a businessman. President Trump has a responsibility to fight for our country. Even Ted Cruz, while still calling both men great leaders, admitted that Trump is the one who gets results, especially when the heat's on. And Don Jr., he is locked in with his father, sharing posts reinforcing that Trump's vision, not Elon Musk's ego, is what the GOP needs right now. But not everybody's backing off. Bill Ackman, another billionaire, jumped in and begged the two to make peace for the benefit of the country. And how did Musk respond? You're not wrong. Now, of course, I wonder how many Tesla stocks does Bill Ackman own? How much Tesla stock ownership does he have? Because if he owns a tremendous or a significant share of Tesla as a company, I can understand why he would want Trump and Musk to get back together. But yeah, Elon knows he's losing ground fast. And he even hinted that maybe, just maybe, he'd rather patch things up than go to war with Trump. But the question is it too late? Because in a second, we're going to hear from the man who's had enough of it all. ICE acting director Todd Lyons, and what he said about Hakeem Jeffries and Elon Musk might finally tip this story into full-blown legal warfare, guys. And when Trump calls for investigations into progressive power players behind the chaos, guys, that's when things get real. So stick with me, okay? So now that the smoke has cleared, now that the alliances have essentially fractured and the betrayals are out in the open, there's one question left. Who's really caught now? Because while the media tries to spin this as just another Trump drama, something much bigger is happening behind the scenes that they're not talking about. Let's rewind back to what started all of this, right? Hakeem Jeffries. He went on national television threatening ICE agents with public exposure at a time when attacks against those agents are already up almost, or actually over 400%. That wasn't just a reckless comment. That was, in the words of ICE acting director Todd Lyons, the height of irresponsibility. And he didn't stop there. He publicly rebuked Hakeem Jeffries, Michelle Wu, and every far-left politician fueling the outrage against federal law enforcement. My officers walk into danger so other people can sleep safely at night. That's what Lyons said. I'm not asking anymore. I'm demanding that they stop putting my people in danger. Let that sink in. This isn't just a political feud anymore, guys. This is about real lives, real agents, real families who are now targets because of rhetoric and cowardice from the very people sworn to protect them. And this is why President Trump is done talking. Behind the scenes, Trump and his allies, they're now calling for criminal investigations, not just into Hakeem Jeffries, but into AOC, Elon Omar, and any other progressive lawmaker actively working to undermine immigration enforcement and national security. This is what he meant when he said, "No more Mr. Nice Guy." And he's not bluffing, because if there's one thing we've learned from this entire situation, it's this. You don't cross Trump, sabotage the movement, and expect to walk away clean. Not Elon, not Hakeem, not anymore, and not anyone. And so if these investigations go forward, if Trump gets his way, this story isn't ending with a tweet or a soundbite, it's ending with handcuffs. So now the choice is yours. Do you stand with the movement that fights for law, order, and truth? Or do you stand with the men who just got caught? Because the fuse is lit and Trump just blew the lid off everything. Now, if you found this video eye-opening, do not keep it to yourself, guys. Share this video, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Do you think Hakeem and Elon should face consequences for what's been exposed? This isn't over, guys. Not by a long shot. Stay tuned because the next move might be Trump's biggest move yet. We'll see you next time. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below.